Alright, what we're going to do today, quick thing. On our little series here working on the 1911, this is the same Springfield we did the stipple job on earlier. This is an alloy frame Springfield, model 1911 A1. Real nice gun, but we're going to do the fire control. When I mean fire control, we're replacing everything associated with fire control. We're going to be replacing the trigger, hammer strut and pin, and the disconnector, sear, and hammer, and all of these parts are from Harrison Design. So, I don't know much about Harrison Design, but from reading what we have here is something totally different with factory stock on the pistol, which are injection molded parts. These are all machined from solid billets. Now, to give you a quick impression of what we're working with here, as far as our factory trigger is concerned, is, okay, you start to pull back, it stops, and then you go into a little bit of a stacking, a little grittiness, and then it breaks. And it seems to me, I don't know if it's where it's maybe some kind of metal preservative or something, it seems like the lock time's really crappy. Something's slowing this thing down. But, as far as factory triggers, even the worst 1911s is better than anything that's double action. Because it's short over travel, relatively easy break on it. So, let's dig into this thing. Let's tear it apart and see what we got. About to drop in the Harrison Design trigger. And, with all custom, gun parts, they're slightly over tolerance, and that's fine. Now, what we're going to have to do is remove material from the top and the bottom of the trigger here. Dimensionally, this thing it's good here on the bow, it's good here on the side, but it's oversized here on the top and bottom of the trigger. So we're going to take some material off that. Okay, we're making a final cut down here of this trigger, just a little bit. Removing very small amount of material. I'm at the point where that's all you're doing. That's that's what I love about these 1911s. It's just the old world gunsmithing involved. We made a little bit of a mark on the upper and lower pads of the trigger, and we know where it's making contact with inside the frame. Now we are going to see if all of our little work is paid off. And what do you know? She's dropped right in there. I'm going to remove a little bit more. It can mechanically break in on its own, but this is a carry gun, so it needs to leave here and basically go in a holster and be ready to defend somebody. So I'm going to make the tolerances just slightly looser. Let's see what we got here. We got a little bit of contact. Bottom one, very minimal. Top one, okay. You see right there where we're running the contact. We'll knock that little hump down and we should be squared away from there. Polished it up after removing what material we need to remove, and now we're going to drop it in the frame, and that's what I want. Take, as before, it would not even go anywhere near dropping in that far. Now we're going to add the disconnector and the sear. We'll see how that goes. Gun parts from people like Harrison Design. Most people try to seat their manual safety, and go, "Oh, this son of a bitch sent me a part that's out of tolerance." Well, it is out of tolerance, but it's out of tolerance for a reason. So you can custom fit your own safety. You see right here, this is the safety. This is where it connects the sear. Look at that. What a fit. Isn't that nice? Now basically what we're going to do is we're going to remove some material off the safety lever here, but you really got to know what you're doing when you do this, because this is of course it's a safety crucial part, and also just to get the thing to function right. So really research what you're doing before you do this. We've installed this. It's a pretty good install. Had to do a little bit of grinding on the safety, on the main safety, the right-hand safety, and that went pretty good. Ran into a slight issue. It's not really associated with the parts that we replaced itself, but more like a manufacturer defect with the original manufacturer of the handgun itself, not the aftermarket parts. Issue with the leaf spring in the back. But beyond that, we're fine, and now we're just putting the finishing touches, and we're going to see how this trigger is going to function now that we have it together. Okay, the trigger job is completed, and what we have here now is we have, well, aesthetics aside, we have a trigger that is the complete creep and everything is just really nice. There's no stacking. It goes back ever so slightly and it just breaks. Really nice. Try that again. Then we'll do a quick safety check here. As far as a function check, we'll say. We'll go manual safety. All is well. Now, when these parts were oversized, this thing does need to break in a little. I like to make sure I leave a little extra material to let this thing mechanically break in on its own. So what that usually involves is you sitting in your couch watching TV, doing this several times, over and over. And it will mechanically break in on its own. It's a little bit better than just remove enough material to where you have a smooth safety initially. I'm just that way. I just want to make sure that safety is positive as it can get. So, next thing for this gun, what are we doing next? We're going to install a mag weld, dehorn, recess the slide stop release pin. We're going to recess that, cut it, recess it into the frame. That's like I said, we're going to put in another mag weld. What do you think? Maybe some grips, dehorn this thing. I don't know, maybe go with some crazy ass sights or something. But overall, the Harrison design setup worked out good. Do a little bit of hand fitting, but that's a gimme. It's not a drop-in part. It is a hand fitted gunsmith part. And that's what we got. Licky blow, motherfucker.